Hello po everyone and welcome to the first day of work for 2021. So may work pa pala, no? Yes, okay, the world has to continue. We can't be on holiday forever. Hindi, kahit na pandemic po, kailangan po pa rin ho nating magtrabaho. So my name, Dr. Ana York Bondok. Our program, Libreng Konsulta. And today is Monday. So it's a manic Monday. Ako po ay sumugod rin ng Metro Manila to fix the bank, to fix the employees, to fix the house, to fix everything. Kasi first day of the year at kailangan na working year and kailangan fix lahat. Oh my God, hindi mafi-fix yan. Sa dami na kailangan mafi-fix. But ganado-ganado po tayo ngayon and we are so excited to put 2020 behind us and to move forward po in a positive manner. So paano po yun? How do we do this? How do we learn from the past? And ano ba napulot natin sa pandemic year na pwede po natin gamitin sa 2021? And I am looking forward to 2021 as a year po of hope and redemption. As I explained, the vaccine is the number one hope po. And I am looking forward po sa mga plano po ng Pilipinas towards our mass vaccination. And of course, sabi ko nga po, even though there is hope, we still have to continue working together as one para po we can be safe from COVID and we can move forward with our lives in a safe and healthy direction. So ako po, pakilala na lang shortly kasi for those na bago, ako po, I'm an internist, that's an internal medicine specialist, and I'm a specialist po sa Baga. I'm a 3-term congressman, I'm the wife of a mayor, and the mommy po of an 8-year-old child. So wag po kayong mahiya, I do a lot of talks po on health, and I do talks po on mental health kasi I believe po na kahit na po talagang our health is not only physical, but it's also mental. And more than that po, it's psychological and cultural. Kasi po lahat yon they happen together. So today, we're going to discuss po life lessons for 2021 or ano po ang nalaman po natin sa pandemic year na dapat po nating i-apply ngayon for, gusto ko sabihin, ito yung vaccine year, ano po. And sana magbago na po lahat. Okay? So let's read the question. First of all, I'd like to tell everyone, please subscribe po to our YouTube channel. It's Dr. Ana York Bondo. And we are looking for our first 1,000 subscribers. You're also welcome to put questions po below about life lessons, if you want to share anything that you learned this year. Number 2 po, about COVID. And non-COVID questions, pwedeng-pwede pong ilagay sa baba. Okay? So, eto po. This is the question and that we received. Dear Doctora, 2020 was a super terrible year for everybody. Ngayon po, 2021 na. Kaya lang, natatrauma pa ako sa nangyari nung last year. So, how can I move forward po with hope and positivity? So, ano ho ba? How can we answer this question? And siguro po, pulutin po natin yung maganda. Let's pick up the good things that we learn and put them in our pocket and carry them forward. At yung mga nalaman po nating hindi maganda, iiwanan po natin in the past. Okay? So, ito po ang life lessons for 2021. Okay? So, nung pagbukas po ng 2020, how was your 2020 January? Sa akin po, no, I run a business. I was very, very hopeful po for 2020. Do parang being a doctor po, nabasa ko na po yung pandemic sa China. So I knew there was some sort of pandemic going on, pero hindi naman ho masyadong malinaw pa yung mga nakalagay ano po. And I'm also aware po na there was a pandemic before, yung mga unang SARS, yung Ebola, na wala naman hong nangyari. So parang, I don't know. Pero, one thing that, kept me alert to this is, I run po a floral business. And Valentine's Day is one of the biggest po sa amin pong business. Siyempre, alam naman po natin ang mga Pilipino, we are romantic, mahilig tayo manligaw, and roses po, we are one of the largest rose importers po sa Pilipinas. So, I needed to confront the issue po na, ano ba tong pandemic na to and could it get worse? So, yun po yun. I was very hopeful. We had a good Valentine's Day. Well-planned po yung Valentine's namin. Kasi hindi naman po kami kumulang, hindi din naman po kami sumobra. And after that, pumutok na si pandemic, ano? And after that, nawala na yung buhay natin as we know it. But now, it's almost 10 months into the pandemic. Sana po we have adjusted ourselves and realized that it's not going to be easy, but there is a way out. So, yun po. So, ano nga bang nalaman natin, no? Nalaman ko po, ako sa akin, life lesson number 1, our actions pala affect others. Okay? Kasi po, human beings, syempre we're concerned about our family, about ourselves, about our job, about our kids. Hindi po, sometimes we don't think about what's happening in the community, what's happening in the Philippines, what's happening in the world, ano po. But this pandemic forced us to realize na yung actions po natin individually affect our family and everyone else around us. And then, palaki po ng palaki, we're actually affecting the world, okay? Paano po yun? First of all, the issues po of masks, ano? And relying on the government, trusting the government po, at group good versus individual good. Kung ang mga countries po na parang they place more on individual rights at hindi po nila iniisip kung ano po yung makakatulong o makakasama po sa iba, well, they had a very bad COVID response. That includes the US po and all liberal democracies. So, yung mga iba naman po, like sa Asia, we tend to think of ourselves as a group. Naging mas maganda po yung response natin kasi we move together. And I think that's gonna help us talaga. If you wear a mask, halimbawa ayaw mong mag-mask, you are endangering yourself. But more than that po, you're endangering everybody around you. Kasi po, you could endanger your family, you could endanger po yung mga office mates mo, and then, pati ho yung mga kausap nyo lang ho sa araw-araw, yung jeep po na sinakyan nyo, ayaw nyo mag-mask, lahat po yun pwedeng magkasakit sa inyo. And then, we expand that po, no? Ano pala, yung action po natin, halimbawa kayo po yung pasaway, well, biglang yung buong barangay nyo na lockdown dahil nakipag-inuman kayo. And then, dahil po si buong barangay na lockdown, unfortunately, may nakapunta sa bayan at nakipag-inuman doon, si buong bayan na lockdown. And next thing you know, palaki na lang ho ng palaki yung problema. So that was really very striking to me that the actions of one person po sa amin sa San Luis, na lockdown po yung ilang barangay. And this is not only sa San Luis, Quezon City, a person had a party, 80 po ang na-lockdown. So basically, talagang mabigat po, no, what we do. Dati kasi we think, ay naku, Diyos ko, makipag-inuman ako. I mean, I'm harming myself, so what? Ano po? Or I will do things that are not proper for my family and to society in general. Anong pake ko? Anong pake mo sa akin? Hindi ka naman nagbabayad. But in this pandemic po, we saw talaga na anong pake mo is the pake of everybody. Nagulat nga rin po ako eh. I never thought of it that way. Of course, I'm a public servant, so I tend to think po as a group. Malaki ho yung paningin ko. But this is really the only time po that one person, ikaw na walang mask, na nakipag-inuman, sinira mo po yung buong business ng lahat ng tao sa buong barangay mo. Can you imagine that? Ang bigat eh. And then, let's also apply this lesson po to social media. Nagulat po tayo, no? I was really using lang naman po dati social media for business. And then, nung election po ni Dr. J, gumamit po kami ng social media. But I was really using it more for for business purposes po. Nalaman ko po na one post, whether if it's good, can help so many people. If it's bad, can harm so many people din. So talagang siya, no, magnified po yung problema. And yun po, that's what I could say, that the statement is our actions affect others. So what's the lesson po dito sa 2021? I'm hoping po na for 2021, matuloy-tuloy pa rin po yung cooperation natin sa isa't isa. And pagdating po ng bakuna, I'm also praying po na sana we move forward as a society. At hindi lang po palakasan dahil mayaman ako, mauna ako doon sa bakuna, ganun po. I hope that we take time to bring ourselves forward. Pero hindi lang yon, dalhin po natin lahat po ng Pilipino moving forward. Because kahit na mag-isa ka lang na nabakunahan, Eh, hindi naman po natin alam talaga if everyone around you is hindi na bakunahan, what will happen to you? So, let's apply this lesson na what's good for me, I will do what's good for me, and what's good for everybody. Hindi lang po, I will do what's good for me and bahala na kayo sa buhay nyo. Life pala doesn't work that way. And doon ko na lang po talaga nalaman yon noong pandemic. Okay? The second life lesson po that I picked up that I wanted to share with you is, pwede palang ibahin or pwede pala. What does that mean, pwede pala? Diba? Kasi we're just so used to doing things the way, the expectations of persons, the expectation of your job, the expectation of your boss, the expectation of society, the expectation of your mother-in-law, ay Diyos ko, the expectation na talagang puputok na yung ulo mo. Yung pala, pwede palang hindi. And ang tanong ko, why are we doing that ba before? Is it because it needs to be done that way? Or because 300 years na po natin ginagawang ganon? And so we have to continue the next 300 years that way. So pwede pala na, ako, nasyak ako, you don't have pala to wear makeup every day, buhay pa ako. Pwede palang work from home, yung mga nagpipilit pong mag-commute ng 5 oras. Hindi naman po kayo pala kailangan danasin yun. With the online school, some people have actually done better in the online school than in the offline school. And then, ano po, pwede palang mabuhay na walang high heels. I didn't even know that. Diyos ko, nasira ho yung high heels ko. So basically, we can live with less. But more than that po, we can live with something different. It can be less in some ways, like materially. Pero sometimes it's better po in other ways, like pakikipagsamahan, pakikibaga, yun po. And that happens po both online and offline. So pwede pala. Bakit natin ginagawa yun dati? I don't know. Maybe because we were just used to doing it that way. So sana po for 2021, how do we move forward to that? There are many ways to do things. Yun po ang nalaman ko nitong 2020. And just because yun po yun dati doesn't mean it has to continue forever. What is important is we evaluate po why we are doing something. Bakit po tayo dati yes ng yes sa lahat ng labasan? Bakit po tayo lahat ng responsibility po dati inaako? Bakit nga ba? And the question is, pwede pala. So yun po yung second life lesson ko. Moving forward, it means na evaluate po what you're doing and know why you're doing it. And you're not supposed to be doing things just because ganun sila forever. Okay? So pwede pala. That's what I mean. New ideas are possible. Sometimes kailangan pasabugin lang ho yung old ideas so that new ideas can come in. Kasi when we are so used to old ideas, ako sa medicine, ganun eh. Kasi doktora, ganyan talaga forever na kung ginagawa yan eh. Hindi po ganon. I'm not saying let's toss out all the old ideas. What I'm saying is let's make room in our life for new stuff. Parang the pandemic blew up all the old stuff. And then, it's up to us ngayon ho na papasukin po yung gusto natin. Okay? Third na nalalaman ko po is that people can adapt. Pwede pala. Yun, that's what I mean also. More than stuff, this one is about people adapting. People can adapt. People, may nabuhay po ng World War II, okay? May nabuhay rin po nung, may nabuhay din po nung, may nabuhay po nung martial law, okay? So may nabuhay din nung pandemic. What I'm trying to say is, people have a great for adapting, and we can be happy no matter what the circumstance, and we can be successful in different ways. Kailangan lang po, ayokong gamitin yung word resilient, sumobra na yan dyan sa dun sa flood, but people can adapt. How can I say, Doktora, how can you say that people can adapt? Eto, tanong ko, naparilisado ka ba? May mga tao kung naka-wheelchair buong buhay nila, but they manage to adapt, okay? Nakapreso ka ba? Meron pong tao in the prison, dun ho nila nahanap ang Panginoon. Na-cancer ka ba? Merong mga tao ho, while they're receiving chemotherapy, realize their life. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say is, people can adapt themselves to the worst circumstances. People can find hope, and people can move forward. And if people can do it, and ako na ho yung talagang number 1 panikera sa mundo, kung nakayanan ko, promise, kaya mo rin. Okay? So people can adopt, people can move forward. Promise. Ako rin, I'm really freaking out. Talagang nagwala ko rin ho ako nung pandemic. Hindi nyo nahalata, no? But people can really move forward, okay? And it's up to us po to find our inner strength to pick up and move forward. Kaya natin to because we are all of this together and we are all doing this at the same time. Isa pa po, no? Another life lesson that I learned is that, ano pala, people need people. Para tayong si Barbara Streisand. People who need people. What do I mean by this? Diba? People pala are social. Mahilig tayo sa tao. It's important for us to talk to people. It's important for us to meet people. It's important for humans to keep in touch. And ngayon, we have to keep in touch in different ways. Kung dati po, araw-araw, nakikita yung mga friends, pwede naman po mag-usap. Pwede naman pong mag-Zoom. Mas maganda pa nga po yung Zoom reunion namin ngayon dahil pati yung US nakasali. People can also talk to each other, but basically, human interaction is important. And di ba nabanggit ko po yung preso? Alam mo ba, one of the most matinding punishment po sa preso, it is solitary confinement. Kung gusto niyo pong maloka yung isang tao, is-solitary confine nyo. So, knowing that, kung sinolitary confine nyo po yung parents nyo, yung lola nyo, yung anak nyo, kausapin nyo. And did you not find out that you discovered so many things about your spouse that you didn't know before? Or your children? Or even yourself or your friends? Hindi po lahat ito naging positive, ha? I would like to say some people po re-evaluated their relationships. And they found out that they did not want to be in those relationships pala. And so they left. Meron naman tao na nag-re-evaluate po ng nangyayari sa kanila, nalaman po nila that they wanted that and that they valued it. And so they told their spouse, sweetheart, I love you pala. Kasi hindi ko naman alam yung strength of character mo hanggang nandito na po tayo sa talagang pandemya na po. Actually, to be very honest, doon ko nalaman na malakas pala yung loob ng asawa ko. Okay? So, talagang, during difficult times, we leaned on my husband, really. I did not know really, well, when I was freaking out, Dr. J was really very calm. And he was like, Mommy, relax lang, okay? Kakayanin natin to. And it turned out for the better pala. So, if you found out something about your spouse that you found out, or your relationship or something that needed to be fixed, sana inayos nyo. Kung hindi na po pwedeng ayusin, it's time to move on. Kasi po pandemic ni, no? Mabubuhay pa ba kayo in a sad relationship? Wag na. Kung mamamatay na lang tayong lahat, I might as well be happy kahit mag-isa. Okay? So parang nagkaroon po ng people need people, and our relationships po this year were re-evaluated. Kasi dati, we have to maintain relationships with people, like with the people that we work with, lahat po yun kasi kailangan. Ngayon po na, we can choose We can choose our relationships. We can improve our relationships that we can want to improve. And pwede naman rin po nating tapusin po yung mga toxic relationships na hindi na rin po dapat. So basically, relationships, sharing, lahat po yan, nalaman po natin lahat yun. Nagkaalaman talaga nitong 2020. And moving forward to 2021, if you realize that your family is important, bigyan mo ng panahon. If you realize that your boss was generous pala, bigyan mo ng thanks. If on the other hand, you found out that you were happier without toxic people, it's time to move forward. Okay? And isa pang nalaman ko, that I was so interested about is people are basically good. Of course, marami pong naging masama, no? Like, marami rin hong nanloko, nagnakaw. But I would say, especially po sa Philippines, I was really quite happy with the response po ng mga Pilipino. Not only collectively, the government tried its best. I cannot say, nako, no way was it perfect. Pero kahit paano kumilos naman po ang gobyerno. And what I could say is kumilos din po ang taong bayan. So I really developed a new respect po for the Philippines and for mankind in general. Marami hong nagtulungan talaga. People shared. There were some bosses po na nagbayad kahit walang ginawa yung mga tao. There were employees naman ho na willing to work kahit kasi alam naman po nila talagang walang-wala na, ganoon po. There were people sharing small stuff. There were people sharing their knowledge. And nalaman ko po that the Philippines, di ba, we always think, and I think I posted this already, we always think that the Philippines is a small and poor country. Ay naku, Diyos ko, hindi pala. The Philippines is mighty and strong. We have our own, nung nagsasaro-saraduhan na, no, sari-sariling bansa na lang, meron palang mga espesyalistang doktor. Meron palang mga epidemiologist sa Pilipinas. Meron din palang microbiologists, magagaling, public servants. We had engineers helping. We had we had farmers helping, mga nanay na helping, mga teachers na helping. So talagang helping lahat. So maganda po yun. I mean, it showed the Philippines talent. Not only in the Philippines but abroad, kasi tingnan mo ho sa UK who gave the first vaccine, di ba, Filipino nurse. Marami nga hong malulumpo kung walang Pilipino. So people are basically good. The Philippines response as a nation, from individual response to group response was pretty good. I'm hoping po that we continue this this behavior. Of course, wala rin perfect. Marami rin naman pasaway yan, no? Pero compared to other countries, talagang maganda po yung response din ng Pilipinas. I cannot say that it was terrible, okay? The Philippines was basically a good and helpful country. Filipinos were kind. And sana po we'll move forward with this in mind, that the Philippines is strong, the Philippines is young, the Philippines is hardworking, and the Philippines shows great promise po for 2021 and beyond. And lastly, ano pa ba? Life lesson na sinasabi ko. Ito po, ito na yung last life lesson ko. God is in charge. Kahit ano pong gagawin natin, there will be things talaga na hindi po natin makokontrol. At nakontrol lang po yan sa taas. So, it's our job to move forward, place our faith in Him, and place our trust po in the Lord. Pero again, sabi nga po nila, when things are really bad, well, maybe it's the time to start something. So, mag-start po tayo. Kung yung mga dati po nating ginagawa, wala na, mag-umpisa po tayo ng bago. Maybe it was all God's plan. So, yun po yun. I'd like to summarize what I learned dito po sa 2020. Our actions affect others pala. Number 2, pwede palang ibahin the way that we do things, and we just have to reevaluate why we are doing certain things. Okay? Number 3, ang mga tao pala, relationships matter, family matters, people matter. Okay? And fourthly, people are basically good. The Philippines did good. And hopefully, we can continue to work with each other po. And lastly, despite the best plans po of man, si Lord pa rin ang in charge. So yun po yun. If we take these life lessons, I'm sure you picked up a lot, and let's talk about them during the questions. I'm sure we can move into 2021 po with hope and positivity. Okay? Salamat po. Ayan.
Sir Maynardo Burin Lansangan. Doktora, happy Epiphany na po, January. O nga pala, 3 Kings ngayon, Doktora, no? January 4, tapos na kahapon Sunday, pero New Year extended.
Opo, happy 3 Kings po rin, and I took down my Christmas tree today. Kayo po.
From Miss Beth Taruk, good afternoon po, Doktora. Happy New Year po.
Hi, Beth. Good afternoon. Kumusta New Year mo?
From Mr. Maynardo Guarin Lansangan, lessons for January 2021. Konti victim of fireworks-related COVID-19 dumami this 2021.
Alam mo, hindi ko pa nabasa yan. I'm very interested in this. Dumami ho ba yung fireworks problem? I hope not. Baka naman ho masyado na bored yung mga tao, nagpaputok na lang.
Baka nga, Doc, baka. From Miss Dory de la Cruz, Happy New Year po, Doktora.
Ma'am Dory.
From Mr. Jojo Galang, Happy New Year, Doktora. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
From Miss Jana Dazigan, Hi, Doktora. More power and God bless po.
Ay, si Jana, alam mo, interviewin ko yung batang yan. I'm very impressed.
From Miss Maria Gina Bahilio Gundao, Tanza. Happy New Year, Dr. Ana.
Hi, thank you. Happy New Year too.
From Miss Juliet Kinahon, Kunan. A blessed New Year po, Dr. and Fam.
Wow, ang daming mga prayers. Thank you.
From Miss Jocelyn Rivera. Doc, ano po masasabi nyo sa #FAI? Maganda po ang kinalalabasan sa Indonesia.
What is FAI? Flight attendant incorporated? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. I don't mean to be rude. Paki-explain na lang po.
From Mr. Milan Carlos, a viewer from our YouTube channel. Good afternoon, Doktora.
Sir Milan.
From Mr. Remedios Nogoy Jeronimo. Hi po, Doctor. Happy New Year po. God bless you more.
Kayo rin po, ma'am, and family.
From Miss Zari Cruz Larin. Magandang hapon po.
Zari, how are you and good afternoon?
Mr. Nazar Iko. Hello po, Doc Ana York. Kumusta na po?
Nasir, kumusta ka? Thank you for joining us.
From Miss Maria Ina Sunga. Hello, Doktora. Thank you.
Ang ganda naman ni Ina. What a pretty picture. Thanks, Ina.
From Miss Regina Salvador Simbulan. Good afternoon po, Doktora, and Happy New Year.
Miss Regina, Happy New Year too.
From Miss Doris Esguera Cunanan. Magandang hapon po, Doktora.
Miss Doris, how are you?
From Miss Marilu Bungay Bondok. Magandang hapon po, Doc.
Marilu, magandang hapon.
From Miss Del Diaz. Hi po, Doktora.
Well, kumusta ka?
From Miss Janet Articona Brosas. Good afternoon po, Doktora. Watching from Lilio, Laguna.
Thank you, ma'am. Ang layo.
From
Diba
Miss
Liliw, that's where may cottage industry din, di ba slippers? I don't know, but it's a beautiful place.
From Miss Laling Tagoko. Hi po, Doc.
Hi, Laling.
From Mr. Benjamin ko. Hi, Doc.
Hi, Sir Benjamin. How are you? Kapangalan po yan ng anak ko.
From Miss Marilyn De Jesus Cortez. Nice topic, Doktora. Good afternoon.
Ma'am Marlene, kumusta kayo?
From Mr. Faiza Iqbal. Good PM po, Doktora. Watching from KSA.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ayan po. Kumusta kaya ang COVID doon?
From Mizari Cruz Larin. Tanong ko lang po, halimbawa po may packages po na galing sa ibang bansa. Ano po ang dapat gawin? Kailangan po bang buksan kaagad o maghintay ng 3 araw?
Ma'am Zari, ito yung sasabihin ko, no? This is a valid question, lalo na kung galing ng UK yung package. Ano ba kami variant? Pero I would like to tell everyone that majority talaga ng COVID is coming talaga from respiratory. Yun ang nalalaman talaga natin ngayon. It's really the mask. The packages, I wouldn't say zero, no? Pero wala talagang lumalabas na reports na groceries, 300 ang na-infect. Walang ganun eh. So it's really talagang airborne. Zari, well, if it came from another country, most likely the time on the plane po namatay na yung COVID eh. Unless yung delivery person po, no? It's okay if you'd like to wipe it down with alcohol, wala namang masama. If you would like to let it wait for a few days, wala namang masama. If you'd like to open it immediately, may konting risk but it's not that big. So, siguro kung excited na rin ho kayo, punasan nyo na lang. Opo, punasan na alcohol, wala namang masama.
From Mr. Glenzon Loyola. Good afternoon, Doktora. Happy New Year.
Glanson, how are you? Happy New Year.
From Miss Nena Pangan. Correct po, Doktora. Kay God lang talaga ang lahat. Sa Kanya lang tayo dedepende.
That is true. Pero again, ito lang, I do believe that God is in charge. Kaya lang, God gave us intelligence also and lakas ng katawan to move and find a way forward. Diba?
Yeah, I agree, Doktora. I agree. From Miss Janet Articona Brosas. Think positive and keep in faith to the Lord. Thank you, Doctora. God bless.
Alam mo, itong sinabi kong yung yesterday, yung How Not to Freak Out 2021, isang magandang talaga doon, yung number 1, yung may hope. Kasi parang if you're driving with no destination, ang hirap eh. 'Di ba? Parang hindi mo alam kung saan ka papunta eh. Pero right now, may destination na. That destination is moving really towards the vaccine. Kasi in the beginning, it was just really so hopeless. Kasi number 1, di natin alam kung ilan yung mamamatay. But it could have been millions. Okay? Number 2 is, what is the way out? Are we going to wear masks for the next 10 years? And with this vaccine po talaga, malaking bagay, malaking bagay. Malaking bagay. Ako po, I've seen some, mga, na hesitant about the vaccine. Ito po sabihin ko, if the vaccine has been proven safe sa mga, sa mga studies, and it's well manufactured and recommended, I wouldn't hesitate to take a vaccine. Yun lang ang masasabi ko. I wouldn't hesitate po. Go po ako sa bakuna. People will tell me, Doktora, should we wait for 3-5 years? Kasi we won't see naman po the side effects. I would say that would be okay if it was not an emergency. The way I see it, it's a worldwide emergency, despite people telling me 1% lang ang namamatay. But 1% of 4 billion is a lot of people, okay? So if COVID spread around the world talaga, maraming tao yun. And then number 2 is, more than the death rate, let's look at the injury rate. Marami pong long COVID na hindi po napapag-usapan kasi we're just really concerned about if people died or not. Pero that's not the only way to judge the problem eh. Marami rin pong people na naha-harm permanently. And then number 3 po, aside from that, is the harm to the economy, which we are not talking about when we think about the vaccine. It would be good po for everyone to be vaccinated so makapag-move on na po tayo with our lives and continue po to build for our family. Kung if we continue in an unvaccinated state, like ayaw natin magpabakuna, and you leave it to others, eto na naman yung number 1, your action impacts upon other people. You might think, oh, I'm not going to make bakuna because I'm concerned about myself and my safety. But what about your public, yung may public duty ka rin ho magpabakuni. Kasi if everyone thought about that for measles, magkakalat yung measles. Yun. So I would say the vaccine has both a personal responsibility po and a collective social responsibility that we need to be aware about. So yun lang. That's what I found out about 2021. 2020 moving to 2021 po.
From Mr. Jimmy Soriaga, God bless po, Doktora.
Thanks, Sir Jimmy.
From Miss Joanne Danganan, Happy New Year po. Ingat po palagi.
Joanne, how are you? This lady has 4 beautiful daughters.
From Mr. Glenson Loyola, mas magandang pagsalubong ng New Year kasi less smoke from fireworks, which is very nice to the environment.
Tama naman po yun. Also very helpful po dun sa mga may asthma.
Doc, maitanong ko lang, no? Kasi we watched the Dubai New Year Eve countdown and also the Taipei 101. Is there kaya something that we can do, something similar to that for the whole Philippines?
Naman. Actually, nakita mo niyo ba yung pinaputok doon sa Mount Fuji, yung sa Japan? Yun daw yung para sa yun daw yung para sa Olympics, kaya lang itatago sana nila, but they could no longer keep it, so they exploded it over Mount Fuji. Maganda sana talaga, and the Philippines has public fireworks displays eh. Ang problema lang talaga, tintong IATF talaga, they discourage this year kasi natatakot sila na susugod dun yung mga tao. In fact, yung sa Japan was unannounced. Hindi nila in-announce, Reyna. Para hindi magsuguran dun yung mga tao. And then some people saw it and then kumalat na lang sa social media. Ganoon.
Papanoorin ko nga po yan, doktora. Hindi ko
Maganda. My classmate sent it sa Viber group namin. It's the pagputok ng fireworks talaga sa Mount Fuji. Ilagay mo, Mount Fuji Fireworks 2021. Yan.
So, ibig sabihin, doktora, those fireworks na yon na hindi napaputok, supposedly, dun sa naudlot na
Olympics.
because of the pandemic. I see. Okay, I should watch that. Love namin ang
Ay,
fireworks.
maganda, everybody. Tingnan nyo. Nasa YouTube.
From Miss Belma Suobiron, talaga. Thank you, doctors. You have such a beautiful, encouraging words. Watching from Lancaster, Cavite. Happy New Year. Ay, taga dyan pala ang aking brother.
Wow, Lancaster, Cavite. Ano yan? Is that a development or bayan? Wala namang bayan ng Lancaster, di ba?
It's a development, doktora. Malaki siya.
Okay.
The developer is Lancaster itself.
Okay. Nasaan po yan? Sa Kawit? Sa Imus? Sa
Gen-
Tansa?
sobrang lawak niya. It starts from Gentry
I
and
think sa number of places. Okay.
municipality. Yes.
Sige po. Opo. Very good. Oo.
From Miss Mary Angeline Lopez. Happy New Year po, doktora. Have a blessed and prosperous 2021.
Ako, normally we say prosperous New Year. Pero ako talagang, thank you for that, Mary Angeline. Ako talaga, siguro we have to be prosperous. Di ba, we tend to think of it in financial ways. Pero di ba, siguro we should think about prosperity ngayon. May our health prosper. May our family and relationships prosper. Di ba?
Maganda yon. Family, relationship, and health. Isama natin.
Oo, lahat yon. You know what? What I could tell you lang if you have good health, if you are with, maganda yung pakikisama nyo, magpro-prosper talaga kayo kasi it's impossible na hindi.
From Miss Lilibet Miralles. I'm with you, Doktora. God is always in charge.
Totoo yan, ma'am. Like 2020, di ba? Parang wala ata manghuhula na nakapaghula ng pandemic. Meron ba? And then, sorry, I don't mean any disrespect to Madam Auring. She passed away this year.
Yeah. Oo nga pala, no, Doc.
I don't mean no disrespect, pero I remember kasi nung bata ako, meron mga fearless predictions eh.
Yes. Well, may bagong sumisikat, si Mr. Rudy Bukwin. Have you checked on her?
Tingnan natin kung anong prediction ni Sir for 2020.
Pero narinig mo na ba yung mga prediction niya, Doktora?
Ano?
Like he predicted that last year and it happened. He predicted several incidences. Yon.
Sino kaya nakapredict ng UK variant? Yun ang gusto kong malaman.
Babae pala.
Actually, eto lang well, yeah, maybe. Wala namang masama kung na-predict niya yon. Ang ano ko talaga, tama, a scientist could have predicted the UK variant kasi all viruses mutate, but marami talagang sometimes there will things happen that you can't predict. Ang kailangan mo lang is the ability to adapt. Yun.
Exactly. And adapt and acceptance. Diba?
Yeah, accept and then adapt. Kasi kung naka-denial ka, hindi ka maka-adapt eh. Kasi syempre, inaano mo pa yung dati.
Pinaprocess mo pa. At
kailangan dapat mag-accept muna. Pag nag-accept ka, at nandun ka na sa pinakamalapit ng bumagsak yung business mo, doon ka makaka-adapt. Yun.
Exactly. Okay. Next is from Mr. Johnny Benrica Balahamundi. Hi po, Doktora. Happy New Year po.
Jamie ba o Jomi? Hi.
Ay, ma'am. From Miss Matet Mga Lubnan. Hello po, Doktora. Matet Mga Lubnan watching from UAE. God bless po.
Wow, United Arab Emirates. Thank you, Matet.
From Mr. Johnny Benrica Balahamundi. According to Paul, in the Bible, our body is a temple of God. So therefore, we need to take good care of our body as a temple of the Holy Spirit.
Tama po yan. Tama po yan. Yes, we do need to do that. I would totally agree with you po. In many ways.
From Miss Minerva Gia de Guzman. Hi, Doc. Happy New Year po.
Miss Minerva.
From Mr. Milan Carlos, a viewer from our YouTube. Doktor, ang ganda po nung kumikinang sa hair mo. Aba, maganda yung
Sir,
color.
glitter extensions po yan. Glitter extensions.
Grabe, Doc.
Pinakabit ko yan, Reyna. It's
Is that
color
from-
pink.
Is that from
Pinakabit ko sa glitter extensions. Kaya lang, mahirap eh. Hanggang New Year lang, hindi ko na kaya eh. Mahirap maging maganda. Hindi, biro lang. But it's really cute.
Yeah, it's cute nga talaga. Is that from Miss Denise Aquino? No.
No, Diyos ko, it costs 29 pesos sa Shopee, guys. Okay? Madiskarteng nanay.
Ikaw lang naglagay, Doc? Aba.
Kaya yan ang hindi ko na-diskartehan. I had to pay a parlor po in Robinsons. 25 pesos per kabit ng extension.
Pero maganda ha. I like it.
Mas cute siya. And it's pink.
I like it. Bumagay sa color ng hair mo. What's the color of your hair? Is it
Pink.
red? Pink ba ang hair mo? Aba ha?
Hindi siya pink, ano siya, purple highlights.
Aba? Nako, talagang bumabata si Doc. Okay, from Miss
Kasi wala na talaga akong magawa sa buhay ko.
From Miss Lilibet Miralles, life lesson in 2020. People realize that whatever they do affects not just us but the environment.
Totoo yan, ma'am. Actually, sa tingin ko after we move on from the pandemic, we should, bigyan natin, tugunan natin ang climate change.
Whoa, yeah. Alam mo, Doc,
Tugunan natin ang climate change.
yes, I think that's one of the things na kailangan pagtuunan talaga ng pansin ngayon. Have I shared to you, there is a countdown in New York sa may time. It's a countdown kung how many years can the Earth live with its irreversible effect ng
Damages. Oo.
Yes. I think we barely have 7 years to go.
Oh my God, wag naman. Katatapos ko lang ng pandemic, hindi ko kaya yung climate change disaster.
Yes, and it's irreversible according to that it's irreversible. It's in CNN and CBN, CNN and another news Instagram page. So, yeah, sobrang nakakatakot. Irreversible. I am not saying 7 years mawawala na yung mundo It's the irreversible. Ibig sabihin kahit ano nang gawin natin, hindi na natin mababalik according to science.
True.
Oh my God.
Tama po yan. It's the year of the environment po after this pandemic. Ayan.
From Miss Jasmine Sinahon. Hi, Doc. Good afternoon.
Jasmine, kumusta ka?
That's all that we have for today.
Yeah. Okay. So, sa inyo po, these are the life lessons of 2020 na kailangan po natin i-move forward sa 2021. Netong January, we'll be doing a series on vaccines. You know what? Everybody keeps talking about vaccine. Ang tanong ko sa iyo, how do vaccines really work and what's a vaccine? Sige nga. What I'm trying to say is, we might, bilang kasi doktor, ikaw bilang nurse, we tend to just drop scientific words. But we don't really understand that normal people don't know what is a vaccine. Ano ba ang meaning ng vaccine? Yung ba yung meaning nun yung pupunta sa center then magpapaturok? Pwede rin. But what is the scientific reason behind the vaccine? Ano ang tinuturok sa atin? Bakit tayo tinuturokan? And how are we protected would be a very, very nice topic. Kasi, ikaw, Reyna, what do you think?
Ako, 2 things, Doktora. I believe in science and I also believe in faith and God. Number 2, I am not in any way against with anti-vaxxers or vacciners. Ang sa akin lang, let's respect each other's choices. If ayaw ng mga yung mga nagpapa-vaccine na maging anti-vaxxers, let's respect them. Number 2, on my second point, bilang naging nurse ako, may importante yung vaccinated ka. Well, according sa napag-aralan ko this is just what I know. And this is what I witnessed. Naglilibot po kami sa buong bansa because I'm a PLM government scholar. It's my duty to give back to the country. So nag-ikot kami sa ibang bansa. I've seen the worst case pagka hindi na vaccine. It can eradicate number of children in one swipe. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. Really. And this is measles and chickenpox. Chickenpox and measles. So, isa lang ang nagkaroon dun sa area na yon. My God, ang hirap kasi these are, para kang nakikipaglaban sa kalaban na hindi mo nakikita. Hindi mo talaga sila nakikita unless lumabas na yung simptomas sa isang tao. And how can you prevent that? Eh di, bibigyan mo ng gamot, di ba? So, I mean, di ba, it's there. Why will na, parang hindi ko ba dapat i-neglect yun? Dapat pagbigyan natin ng tuon. I-explain mo, doktora, kung bakit kailangang i-vaccine, ano ang merong component sa vaccines, ano ang difference
And the most important, people, eto lang though you may respect anti-vaxxers, eto lang choosing to have a vaccine is a choice. Pero choosing and may consequences. Ngayon, choosing not to be vaccinated is also a choice. At may consequences din yun. Okay? Kasi people say na, I don't want to be vaccinated. I don't believe in vaccines. Ganon. Paano kung nagkasakit ka na, dadalhin ka ba sa ospital? I mean, gagastusan ka ba ng pera ng gobyerno because of your own fault na ayaw mong magpabakuna? So, what I'm trying to say is, people think na, okay, you made a choice to have a vaccine, then whatever the consequences are, well, you just have to accept them, Pero, ang hindi po nila iniisip, may choice din po na wag pong mabakunahan. And the consequences of that can be quite devastating. So, yun po yun Madali lang magsalita na I don't want to be vaccinated, I don't believe in vaccines, I don't believe in science. Pero what will we do if something happens to you? Are we, society, supposed to answer for you? Mahirap Yun talagang mahirap pag-isipan. Kasi, may consequences din yung ginawa nyo So, I think January and February will be very interesting. Very interesting month itong January kasi makikita talaga natin kung meron tayong UK variant, something will explode, okay? Something will explode. Alam bang 55,000 a day na sila sa UK, okay? Number 2 is, kung ano po yung naging ugali po natin itong December, lalabas po lahat yan sa January. So kung tataas po talaga yung ratings natin ng mga nag-positive, naku, doon natin malalaman lahat yan. So January will be a very interesting month. And also, talagang whether we will have a good 2021 depends a lot on this month. So, yun lang ang masasabi ko, magkakaalaman talaga ng January. And then, I think the government will also formulate na po its vaccine strategy and I hope that they become transparent po dito. Kasi, pag matuloy-tuloy itong unahan, bayaran, hindi maganda. So, I'm waiting for the government to share with us their vaccine strategy and then pag-usapan po natin lahat. So, etong January pong to, we'll be talking about diabetic retinopathy. We'll be talking about vaccines. We'll be talking about so many other things po, like basic lang po na kailangan po nating malaman. So, yun lang po, and thanks for joining us. And as I said, last words, God is in charge. Pero binigyan po tayo ng utak at lakas to move forward. Okay, guys? Salamat po.